everybody, and welcome to another chapter in the long legacy of the Big Ten Conference. It's a championship game in the new expanded Big Ten, and there are high stakes here, not just a conference championship, but potentially positioning themselves for a run at the national championship with an automatic bid. There's a lot more at stake than a championship trophy here today. There's playoff positioning and potentially just getting into the playoff on the line as well. So the stakes have never been higher. As we'll see the number 13 team in the country, the Michigan Wolverines, taking on the 5th-ranked team, the Ohio State Buckeyes. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Chris Fowler, joined here in the booth by Kirk Herbstreit. Kirk, let's get to the action on the field. The kickoff team is out there, and here we go. A conference championship on the line right now. Looks like he'll try to make a play with the return. And he'll be tackled after a solid effort on that return. Guys up front lined up. It's first down. DB's looking to jam the receivers at the snap. Running out of time in the pocket. Junior steps up and makes an impact play.
What a play here by this defensive line. You can get so caught up in the flashy offense of Ohio State in recent years. But let's not forget, they still play defense in the shoe and have such great history and tradition with that defensive line play.
To the air, it's Jean-Pierre. Hit as he releases it, and the pass ball is incomplete.
Just a great play on the ball by the defensive back, getting a hand on it and tipping it up into the air. Boy, anytime you see a tip go up, often that defense is thinking interception. This one falls to the ground, but the next tip ball could be going the other way.
He stopped short of the marker, so it's 4th down now. Oh, a big decision here very early. They're going to go for it on their own side of the 50 on the first possession. Fourth down. He's throwing for it. Looking for his big tight end. Finds his receiver. That's enough for the first down. They bring him down, but that's a good play. Moves the ball to the 39. And the Wolverines with 1st and 10 here. And he'll set up to throw. The pocket breaking down. And the pass is just thrown away. Clearly intentional grounding. And here comes the penalty mark. Second down play coming up. There's the snap. Looking to throw the ball. And this one is caught.
Love the timing here between the quarterback and his receiver. Pick up some positive yards, and I continue to be impressed with just the chemistry between these two.
Not going to be easy here. Backed up a long way to go for a first down. He'll drop back here on 3rd down. Quick throw to the left side. Cannot connect. Incomplete, and now 4th down.
Well, Chris, obviously they had to go through the air there to try to pick up this 3rd down and long, but when you're so far behind the chains, you really allow this defense to dictate things and allows them to put pressure on your quarterback and can affect the timing, as we saw on this play.
Trying for a 4th down completion. He'll take a deep shot here. And it's incomplete on 4th down. The offense will now take over in plus territory.
Interesting call here early, showing that they're coming in with an aggressive mindset, but they come up short of the first down.
First down here for this offense. And on the carry, he's heading left. They pick up 4, so second down and 6 coming up. The Buckeyes come to the line looking to crank up the tempo. And the tailback's got it again. Finding space at the 20. Finally marked out after a big gain, but hold on. There's a penalty marker on the field. Let's check this out. Pretty easy call for the head coach. He will accept that penalty, of course. What's the play call here on second down for this offense? And he drops back in the gun. And he's got it. They bring him down, but an explosive play by this offense. Big gain. They attack the deep middle of this defense. Could come up with a big play.
Nice job giving that quarterback time to throw. Good job of making that read to the middle of the field and working against those safeties, and a big play as the result.
The Buckeyes are in the red zone. Shotgun formation. Here's an inside give. Tackle behind the line. It's a loss of 2.
Well, the offensive line is completely occupied with that defensive front. That freed up that linebacker to shoot right through that gap and blow up the ball carrier. What a play.
Here's the second down play. Send the back in motion. Quarterback looking to pass here on second down. The tight end has got it. Brought down, but the completion moves the ball down to the 4.
Well, this is what coaches love to see. A quarterback with the ability to read the defense properly and then just get it to the open man. Sometimes it sounds simple, but it's tough to execute. This time we have good recognition by the quarterback. Then he gets it down to the tight end, who can see what he can do after the catch.
On third down, it's a handoff. And he runs it in for the score. Touchdown, Buckeyes.
Chris, we get so caught up in this era of the spread, of throwing the football and the quarterback and the receivers. This is a great example of the value of having a running back that has a nose for the end zone and can take it in for a touchdown.
And he knocks the PAT right down the middle. Now the kickoff team is out on the field. And here's the return from inside the 5. He'll be tackled at the 17. Strong job by the coverage team. And the Michigan offense comes back out on the field. The last time they went forward on fourth down, didn't get it, and it ended up costing them 6 points. And they bounce back here. Breaking free at the 35. Oh, and nothing but green grass ahead. Inside the 20. Finally brought down all the way at the 6-yard line. Puts him in great scoring position. The Wolverines looking to crank up the tempo a bit. First and goal, they'll try to run it in. And he gets to the end zone. Touchdown, Michigan.
Well, that's an example right there of what vision and patience and ability can do for a running back. He was on a mission to get into the end zone, and really, he made it look easy.
And the point after is good. Here's the kickoff team now, set to boot this one away. And it's fielded. Returner trying to create a big play here. And the returner will be brought down. Here comes the powerful Ohio State offense onto the field. Remember, last time he scored a touchdown. Can they keep clicking here, or the defense come up with a stop? Tackled way behind the line. He'll lose 6 there. And they don't block the defensive end. It shows some quickness, Kirk, getting around the edge that time.
Yeah, this guy's usually getting around the edge to put pressure on the quarterback, but he reminds everybody here that this guy's a complete package. Not only can he pressure the quarterback, but also he is very, very talented and shows you the physicality he has against the run as well.
And they get him down after the completion.
Hey, they get some positive yards here, but just from sitting up here looking down, Chris, I kind of have a sense that they wanted a little bit more on that play.
Well, a serious challenge for this offense. You don't want to be in 3rd and long inside your own 20. How much of a risk will they take to try to pick up this first down? From the shotgun, drops back. Snags a quick throw. Breaks a tackle into the clear. It's a big gain before he goes out of bounds. It'll move the sticks. More than enough for a first down.
Boy, really nice throw here to the slot receiver, and I love the quickness that he has after the catch. He's essentially a running back playing at that slot position. That's how dangerous he is after he makes a catch.
Buckeyes line up on 1st and 10 now. And here's the handoff. The stop made at the 45, but enough for a first down.
Boy, that's a beautiful run here for the first down, really living up to that reputation of the great backs that they've had over the years. Think about Archie Griffin and Eddie George, Ezekiel Elliott, J.K. Dobbins, just so many great backs. We're seeing another one right here.
And it'll be smarter right at the line for no gain.
Well, that's an excellent effort here by this defense, staying in their run fits. They're holding their own at the line and making the tackle. The offense just couldn't get enough of a push to get anything going there.
Now it's 2nd down here. You snap it, quarterback looking to throw the ball. Gets made on the out route. They make the tackle, but that pass creates a solid gain.
Well, they don't pick up the first down here, but if you can use the quick passing game to stay ahead of the chains, it definitely helps your offense. And if that defense starts to creep up to take that away, that's when you can take a shot downfield.
On 3rd and short, they hand the ball off. Defense will make the stop, and it will probably be the final play of this opening quarter. The offense will go for here on 4th down and 3. He'll hand it off. They get him at the 42. Good enough for a first down.
It makes sense going for it here. You're kind of in that no man's land, depending on how much faith you have in your kicker. And if you don't get it, your opponent still has a ways to go. Now you pick it up and you can go get a touchdown.
First down play call. How aggressive will it be? Here's the snap. Looking to throw here. And the pass is incomplete. Important 2nd down play coming up. Quarterback looking to connect with the receiver here. Grab down the middle. It's Graham. They bring down the receiver, but that's a nice gain on that play. The Buckeyes come to the line to run the hurry up. They're going to throw for it on 3rd and short. Receiver makes the catch. Takes a big shot there from the defense, but moves the sticks. First down.
Well, it's 3rd down. The defense knows he's going to get the ball. You still can't stop the quarterback finding this receiver to be able to pick up another first down for this offense.
The Buckeyes looking to cash in this red zone trip. A pop pass on the jet sweep. And he's brought down, but they went backwards after the completion. Good work by the defense.
This is a great job of being prepared by this defense, almost anticipating this play. They're in position to bring him down for a loss.
Getting set. Here's second down. Looking to throw again. Lets it fly to the wideout. Pass caught. Can he get in? Brought down at the 3-yard line, but this offense now has a first down and goal right there.
We'll see if the defense stays in zone after that big play, or if they can change things up on this drive and get a little bit more aggressive.
Buckeyes looking to finish the drive here. It's first and goal. They try to muscle toward the end zone on the ground. Fights his way into the end zone. Touchdown, Ohio State. And now here comes the point after attempt. PAT makes it a 7-point lead. The kickoff team on the field now as they get set to send this one away. Turner looking to make a play here. He'll be tackled at the 17. Strong job by the coverage team. And the Wolverines offense is back on the field. Great possession last time. They punched it into the end zone. Can the defense come up with a stop this time? The sure hands. It's Marshall. Defense reacts quickly. A very short gain on the play. Second down play coming up for this offense. Hand off to the single back. The junior able to bring him down quickly.
You know, in that era that we live in right now, everybody wants to spread the field around, try to create space, try to create one-on-one matchups, and the defense is countered over the years by trying to play out wide. But here's a great example. The defense has the ability to play wide, but still be solid at the line of scrimmage and not give up big run plays.
Rolling the dice. 4th and 1 in his own territory. Back to throw. It's Jean-Pierre. It's a 4th down stop. The offense will take over in plus territory.
Chris, what a great job here by this defense on this 4th down play. They knew exactly where to come up with that stop to get the turnover on downs, and they did it.
And the Ohio State offense comes back onto the field. Passing game was clicking beautifully in the last drive, right down for a touchdown. Let's see if they can do it. Aiming for the end zone. Makes it across the goal line. Touchdown, Buckeyes.
Chris, you think this guy, when he went to bed last night at the team hotel, thought he would score not 1, not 2, but 3 rushing touchdowns in one game? What a day.
PAT is good. They're pulling ahead now, 21-7. Kickoff team on the field getting set now. He'll take the return and try to get some better field position. Steps out of bounds at the 19. That's where they'll start the drive. Here's the first play of the drive now to begin at the 19. Off the play fake, looking to throw on first down. Pressure is coming. It's incomplete. He was hit as he threw a good pass rush there on first down. Offense lines up for a second down play off the incompletion. And now the handoff. Solid run. They'll bring it down at the 28-yard line.
Chris, it's the consistency of this pack is giving this defense fits. They've got to come up with some changes up front. This guy's already over 50 yards, and if he keeps running the way he is, not only is he having a great day, but it's going to give this quarterback a chance to hit some big plays downfield off play action.
And they tackle him, but not before he picks up the first.
You know, offensive linemen are just a certain breed. They're always going to do their job, no matter who's back there carrying the ball. I'll tell you what, they have a little bit more confidence when the person that's carrying the ball can break off some big-time runs. That makes him block just a little bit harder, knowing what he's potentially capable of doing.
Tackle is made, but that's good for a first down of the 47.
Of course they're going to pick up the first down by running the football. You think about Michigan, you think so many legacy, incredible backs that they've had over the years. Tim Biakabatuka and Tyrone Wheatley and Leroy Hoare. Man, so many good backs have come through Ann Arbor.
Talking about quickness, that play is absolutely blown up in no time.
Chris, I don't know if that's a misassignment by the offensive lineman or just really good instincts there by the defender, but that play is blown up right at the snap.
Second down after that previous play. They'll switch it up here, looking to throw. It's reeled in. It's more. They bring him down just short of the marker, inches away from a first down.
The key on a drag route is to put the ball out in front of the wide receiver to give him a chance to do what he just did. Pick up some valuable yards after the catch.
Fights through a tackle. He's tackled inside the 35 and picks up a first down.
You know, a lot of people feel running backs with elite speed shy away from contact. That wasn't the case there. Instead of running around the defender, this back elected to run right through him.
They'll stop him behind the line for a loss of 1.
Chris, I think we all kind of get caught up in third down. What is an offense doing on third down? But I think what's also important is how well you defend first down. If you can hold your...
Intercepted, picked off by the defense. Short return tackle made at the 27, a crucial takeaway.
Well, the quarterback ends up being a tad aggressive, and he ends up paying for it with a pick. I get that that might be part of his playing style, but there's a difference between being aggressive and being careless.
Here comes the powerful Buckeye offense back onto the field. This offense has been clicking so far, but they get aggressive, go for more before halftime. Comes up with the catch. Pass caught, second down now. Here's the snap. The quarterback drops back. They've got him. It's a sack for the defense. The Buckeyes hustle to the line to crank up the tempo. Drops back, looking to throw for it on third down. Oh, and it's dropped by a normally very reliable receiver. That's going to bring up fourth down. Check this out. The offense still on the field, going for it inside their own 30. Fires it to the wideout. He's got it. A fourth down conversion. Drive stays alive. They've got him, but he easily makes the first down, and this drive keeps going. The offense will quickly spend a timeout here after the play. The Buckeyes will line up on 1st and 10. Quarterback drops back. We're going to test the secondary. Down he goes. A sack.
There's a nice sack by this defense, something that they've been looking for. They've been on their heels most of this football game. That time they were able to get after the quarterback and bring him down. Let's see if that can provide a bit of a spark. See if they can get a little bit of momentum going their way.
He's going to take off. Fits into space at the 50. And that will do it for the first half here. Kevin Connors now has our halftime update. I believe they're going to line up here and go for the onside kick. And the receiving team makes the recovery. The hands team does its job perfectly.
Trying it onside to start the third with the lead? It's, I guess, a bold strategy. Now we'll see if it comes back to bite them.
Okay, here comes the Ohio State offense back on the field. Trying to build on a positive first half for this offense to see if they can stretch the lead. There's some urgency on the part of the defense to stop the bleeding here. Looks like a player is down injured at that last play. We'll take a timeout while they check it out. Second down after that run on the previous play. Ball handed off. Just trucks the man. The freshman is brought down after a really solid run there.
Sometimes I almost get mesmerized watching these runners who have great vision. You know, the eyes that carry their feet to the open space, making people miss. I just love watching those guys do work.
And that run, good for first down yardage. The drive moves on. The quarterback making some changes at the line. On first down, they'll keep their running game churning. They'll stop him behind the line for a loss of 1. Buckeyes hustle to the line to run the hurry up. Change of pace now, looking to throw the football. Gets the ball off as he's hit, but it's incomplete.
Man, you got to love this if you're a defensive coordinator. It's all about affecting the quarterback and getting pressure on him. This time, they got to him and forced that incompletion.
They come to the line, a long way to go for the first down, but needing this crucial conversion right now. Drops back, needing a third down completion here. That one is incomplete. The defender was right there, and it brings up fourth down now. So the decision is to not go for it, but settle for 3. Here comes the field goal team.
Hey, it's an incompletion, but it's a nice job by the quarterback. I know it didn't pan out, but the most important thing is he didn't turn the football over, and he didn't take a sack. It'll give your kicker a chance to put some points on the board if they opt for the field goal here on fourth down. Well, Chris, it's a nice kick here to polish off that drive with at least 3 points up on the board.
He's going to bring this out a few yards deep in the end zone. And they've got the returner corralled. And the Michigan offense back out on the field. They had it going on the last drive, but it ended abruptly with the interception. Let's see what they can do here. Off the play fake, looking to throw. The pass rush closing in. The ball is picked off. Not much on the return, but the defense comes up with a takeaway. The Buckeyes line it up with first and goal. Here's a handoff on first and goal. Nowhere to run up the middle.
That play was perfectly defended. You know, sometimes as an offensive coordinator, you hit a wall. And it's time to mix some things up on what you show the defense.
Offense facing second and goal. Quarterback drops back, probing the secondary. And the pass is intercepted as he throws into double coverage that time. Inside the 40. Past the 20. Touchdown, Wolverines. And the defense joins the party with a pick 6.
Oh, my gosh, he completely baits the quarterback here. Quarterback thinks he can dump it off to the running back. The defense anticipates it, steps in front of it, and goes to the house for a touchdown.
On the ground, trying to power toward the goal line. The two-point try is successful. Down to a single-digit lead now. 9-point game. Kickoff team's on the field. Let's see if they give the returner a chance to bring this one back. Fields it inside the 5-yard line. He'll be tackled at the 17. Strong job by the coverage team. Okay, here comes the Ohio State offense back on the field. Let's see if they can bounce back from that costly mistake last time, a pick six. They flip it to him on the jet sweep. They'll tackle him out across the 20.
Boy, I'm a big fan of that jet sweep motion like that. It really forces the defense to stretch them out horizontally and can create some vertical seams for this offense. They got some positive yards. Didn't quite get the first down, but I'll tell you what they've done. Planted a seed on this defense, and they better defend this style of play moving forward.
A gain makes it second and medium. Direct snap to the back. They'll stop him behind the line for a loss of 1.
Well, I love watching these linebackers fly around, doing a good job of reading their keys. Saw the guard pulling, shot through that A-gap, was able to blow this play up.
Quarterback pre-snap adjustments now for this defense. Drop him back. They're going to throw for the first down. They pressure him and sack him. He'll be tackled inside the 10. The Buckeyes will come to the line to crank up the tempo. Needs a completion here on 4th down. Fires it to the wideout. He's got it. Enough for a first down. Tackled at the 32. That's enough for a first down.
Just great execution here on this 4th down to keep this drive alive. And what I love is the accuracy from the quarterback and a good job by the receiver knowing where that route needed to be able to catch the ball and pick up the first down.
Buckeyes getting set on 1st and 10. And they're moving the receiver now before the snap. Quick pass. Here comes a jet sweep. A gain of 2 yards. Now it's 2nd down and 8.
Man, that jet sweep action puts so much pressure on a defense. You get so locked in on the ball attacking you downhill. But when offenses sprinkle this kind of offense in, it stretches this defense out wide and can create some vertical seams for big plays.
Offense getting set up. Here's 2nd down.
42 Spider. 4-2 Spider.
There's the snap, and he's looking to throw. Catch made on the left side. They get him down quickly. Not much of a gain on that completion. That completion sets up a 3rd down play. Looking to throw yet again. Incomplete, but yeah, here comes a penalty marker now. That should be a drive-extending first down. This line getting set up. It's a first down play. They'll hand it off. It's a 1-yard gain. 2nd and 9 coming up.
The defense coordinator this week all week telling us about gap integrity, not giving this running back any creases at all. Really sound defense on that play.
2nd down after that run on the previous play. They'll run it to the left. Tackle up near midfield at the 48. Offense in hurry-up mode. Can he get there on the ground? Ball carrier heads out of bounds, but the pickup is good enough to move the chains. First down.
How impressive these guys been up front today. Big 3rd down, know what you need to do, get the first down, continue to hold on to that lead, continue to work clock, and get that much closer to securing a victory.
The Buckeyes pick up enough yardage for a fresh set of downs. Keep it on the ground. There's the handoff. Makes the defender miss.
Boy, how about that play, Chris? That thing just opened up. The back shot through there with great acceleration. What a pickup there on first down.
Defense cannot get this offense to fourth down. Offense continues the long drive. And in first down, they go right back to him. They bring him down, but that's a solid gain on the play.
Nothing better than an offense on first down to be able to pick up big positive yards like that. You can either keep giving it to the back, or it can set up play action and get the defense to come up to the line of scrimmage, and you can throw it over top of them.
The Buckeyes looking to take advantage of this red zone trip. Quarterback's got it on the option. He'll pitch it. Powers through the tackle. Ball carrier brought down. What is the final play of this third quarter? So here we go, an exciting start to the quarter as the offense sets up with a first and goal. Single back takes the handoff. They tackle him behind the line, a loss of 4. Buckeyes hustle to the line to run that hurry out. Looking to score, they'll run it to the right side. They finally corral him at the 1. Urgency here, got to cut into this lead. It's third down and goal. And they're trying to punch it in here. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Ohio State. That's another touchdown, an old-school performance from this running back in a conference championship game.
Yeah, as big as it gets, conference championship on the line, he decides to have his best game of the season in this game with everybody watching. What a game.
And now the try for 2. Drops back from the shotgun, looking for an open man. Quick throw, misses his mark there, incomplete.
Defense not fooled at all there. Nice job of stepping up and stopping that 2-point conversion.
Kickoff team has come on the field now to send this one away. He's going to try for a return from a couple yards deep in the end zone. He'll be tackled at the 17. Strong job by the coverage team. And the Michigan offense comes back out on the field. Remember, the last possession ended quickly. An interception on the first play. Let's see if they can do better here. Gets rid of it on the move. Not enough on that one. It falls incomplete.
Well, these guys just continue to struggle throwing the football. You know, whether it's been running the wrong route, the quarterback not being accurate, the offensive line not doing their job. It's been a collective effort, and it's a big reason why they're trailing now in this game.
Always looking to throw. Bringing pressure. Under pressure, just lets it go. It's incomplete. He took a hit as he threw the football, and it brings up a third down. Not going to be easy here. Backed up a long way to go for a first down. He shreds the tackle. They get him down, but the junior with an excellent run there.
You know, even though these guys are facing a deficit, they're not just going all through the air. Love the fact that you're running the football, keeping this defense honest, not panicking by just throwing every single down. Now you got a new set of downs and a chance to keep moving the ball down the field.
And he's shoved out of bounds by the defense short of the first down marker. Offense getting set. Second down play here. And the back now goes in motion. That run moves the ball across the 35.
I know this defense worked very hard at halftime to come up with answers on how to try to slow down this running back after the big first half, and he's already at it again.
Scanning the field, it's Jean-Pierre looking for the wideout, but they can't make the connection. Ball's incomplete. The offense stays on the field, down multiple possessions. Easy choice. Fourth down, looking to throw for it. Lets it go quickly. He's got it, and that is enough for a first down. They've got him, but they convert on fourth down, and the drive keeps going. The Wolverines hustle to the line to run the hurry-up.
Well, that's exactly when you want to go to your little slot receiver, right? He gets a one-on-one matchup on fourth down, has all that room to work with in the middle of the field. Get him the football on fourth down, come up with a conversion, keep those sticks moving.
Offense sets up for play number 8 on this drive. Defense is coming after him. And this pass is caught. They make the stop, but not before a solid gain that time. And the Wolverines begin a new series here, 1st and 10. Looking to throw it from the red zone. And he's going to fling it deep, going for it all here. And it's picked off in the end zone. Follows the pick with a nice return before finally being brought down.
Boy, would this quarterback love to have this one back. They're trying to work themselves back into this game here in the second half. And the defense comes up with a big turnover that could be the nail in the coffin.
Here comes the Buckeye offense onto the field. The last drive, the ground game, was so successful. Ended in a touchdown. Oh, and it's picked off. A crushing mistake. Not much on the return, but they create the turnover.
What a play by the defense. Really, the only way they can get back into this game is to create a turnover. They get an interception, and they're in business.
The Wolverines trying to punch it in. It's 1st and goal. 1st and goal, handoff. They'll stop him behind the line for a loss of 1. 2nd down and goal, upcoming. Secondary up now, trying to jam these receivers. Goes backwards, losing 3 yards there.
What a great job there by the defense, reading that play, pursuing to the football. Nice loss of yardage there on 2nd and goal, and now it's 3rd and goal for the offense.
They need a touchdown here. Down big in the 4th quarter. 3rd and goal. They're going to run the option. Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 2.
What a stop by this defense here on 3rd down and goal. They've been put in a very tough situation. In 3 straight plays, they've stepped up. Now, a big decision for the head coach for the offense. What is he going to do here after those 3 plays? Is he still going to try to get this touchdown?
Quarterback escapes the pocket and takes off. And he runs it in for the score. Touchdown, Michigan.
That's a quarterback who is willing his team to find a way to win. 4th and goal, everything covered, and instead of trying to squeeze it in, he trusts his legs to get it into the end zone, and it pays off.
No problem with BAT right down the middle. Here's a kickoff team. Let's see if they give the returner an opportunity to bring this back. That one bounces through the end zone, so they'll start at the 25. Here comes the powerful Ohio State offense onto the field. Handoff to the back. They'll keep the clock moving. The pickup is 7 yards. Now 2nd and 3.
Chris, good job here on that stop, but remember the ball is inbounds and the clock keeps moving here late in the game and you're trailing. As a defense, you got to start thinking about utilizing those timeouts. You got all 3 to use. At what point are you going to start putting those into play?
2nd down after that run on the previous play. Same tailback, another carry. Running with purpose. And they've got him, but there's also a flag on the play. Costly holding penalty there. Backs him up 10 yards. Offense getting set. It's 2nd down. Takes the ball and heads to the left side. Goes backwards, losing 3 yards there.
Well, this is a huge third down coming up here, and here's where that chess match comes to head. And for the defense, they desperately need to make a play if they believe they have any chance of coming back to win this game.
So a tricky situation here. 3rd and very long inside your own 20. How much of a risk do you take? You know, this defense could be very aggressive at this moment. There's the snap. They'll set up to throw. Receiver looks it in. It's complete. Defense able to stop him. It's 4th down now.
Chris, great effort here by this defense to keep him short of the 1st down. Now they've got a tough decision to make here on this 4th down and short.
We head now to the 2-minute warning as this offense tries to bleed out the clock and secure this win. Rolling the dice a bit. Up 1 possession and going for it on 4th down. Using the ground game here. Tailback has the handoff. And he's not going to get there. The defense rises up and makes a huge 4th down.